Picture this. It's Monday morning. Your alarm goes off, and before your feet even hit the floor, you already feel behind. You check your phone, 5 notifications from work, 2 bills due today, and a credit card balance that quietly grew while you were sleeping. You get ready, rush through traffic, and spend the next 8 hours building someone else's dream. Then you come home too tired to work on your own. And this repeats. Day after day, year after year. You tell yourself it's just temporary, that one day you'll finally get ahead. But deep down, you start to wonder, is this really it? If this feels familiar, you're not broken. You're just playing a game you were never taught to win. Because escaping the rat race isn't about luck or privilege or some secret investment strategy. It's about understanding the money rules that nobody bothered to teach you. And today we're breaking all of them down, step by step. Before we start, do me one quick favor. If you've ever felt stuck in this cycle, drop a comment below telling me what the rat race means to you personally. I read every one, and you'll be surprised how many people share your exact story. And if this video gives you even one aha moment, hit that subscribe button because we make videos every week to help you master money, not be mastered by it. Alright, let's begin. Here are the 7 money rules that school never taught you, and how to use them to finally escape the rat race. Rule number 1. The first trap isn't the job, it's the paycheck mindset. The first thing school never taught you about money is that your paycheck is not freedom, it's the leash that keeps you running. Think about it. From the moment we're old enough to understand what money is, we're trained for one thing: earn it, then spend it. Get good grades till you get a good job, get a good paycheck, repeat until you retire. That's the formula. But here's the truth nobody says out loud. Your paycheck was never designed to make you rich. It was designed to keep you comfortable enough not to question the system. See, the rat race doesn't start when you get your first job. It starts when your lifestyle expands to match your income. When every pay raise disappears into new subscriptions, nicer clothes, better cars, and bigger apartments. You don't escape the race. You just start running it on a shinier treadmill. Here's something wild. A study by Princeton University found that once people make more than about $75,000 per year, their overall happiness stops increasing. But spending usually keeps increasing. Why? Because people don't buy things to feel happy. They buy things to feel successful. The secret to breaking free from this first trap isn't earning more. It's learning to decouple your self-worth from your net worth. Once you stop chasing status and start chasing freedom, everything changes. Here's how you know you're making progress. When extra income stops meaning, finally, I can buy more, and starts meaning, finally, I can buy less time working for someone else. That's the mental shift that separates those who get rich from those who stay stuck. And this brings us to the second rule, the one that actually transforms that paycheck into power. Let's make something clear. Saving is essential, but it's not the exit. Rule 2. You don't escape by saving money. You escape by owning money. If saving alone could set people free, every responsible employee with a 401k would already be retired. Saving protects you. Investing frees you. The truth? Because every dollar you save is a soldier waiting for orders. Today, it barely buys you a packet of gum. In 1990, $1 bought you a full meal. And when you don't put those soldiers to work, they eventually die to inflation, silently, every single year. They learn how to make their money work while they sleep. That's not progress. That's devaluation. So what do the people who truly escape the rat race do differently? They buy assets, things that generate value on their own. Stocks, real estate, index funds, or even a small side business that earns money while they're at their day job. Every hour you spend trading time for money is a lost opportunity to build something that earns while you don't. Because here's a simple truth. You don't have to start big. That's not a fantasy, it's math. Even investing $100 a month into a broad market index fund at 8% annual return becomes over $150,000 in 30 years. And here's the real power. Once your investments start earning more in a month than your job gives you in a week, your priorities shift forever. The moment your money works harder than you do, you've officially stepped outside the race. You start to realize that the system was never designed for your freedom. It was designed for your dependence. Rule number 3. Debt isn't the enemy. It's the weapon you were never trained to use. And sure, if you use it recklessly, it'll destroy you faster than anything else. School taught us that all debt is bad. Rich people use debt to buy things that make value. But the wealthy, they use it differently. Poor people use debt to buy things that lose value. You buy a car with a $30,000 loan. It's the same word, completely different outcome. Take this example. The moment you drive it off the lot, it's worth $25,000. Now compare that to someone who uses a $30,000 business loan to buy vending machines that generate $1,000 per month. That's a $5,000 loss before you even hit second gear. That's $12,000 a year. In 3 years, they've paid off the loan, and the machines keep printing cash long after. See the difference? The poor use debt to consume. The rich use debt to create. That's why school's single lesson "don't get into debt" is only half the truth. And leverage is how you escape the race. The full truth is, don't get into bad debt. Rule number 4. You don't need more time. You need compounding time. Every person in the rat race has the same excuse. I just need more time. What you're missing is time that compounds. But the truth is, you already have enough. Let me explain. You're buying time. When you invest money, whether it's $10 or $10,000, you're not buying stocks or real estate. Every dollar you invest is a tiny worker that keeps earning for you every second of every day. And the longer you give it to work, the harder it works for you. That's why the first $10,000 is the hardest, but the next $100,000 comes faster. It's not because you suddenly got smarter or luckier. Albert Einstein called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. And whether he said it or not doesn't matter, because he was right. It's because compound interest finally kicked in. The secret isn't how much time you have, it's when you start using it. The people who get rich think in decades. The people who stay broke think in weeks. Rule number 5. Freedom starts when you stop trading hours for dollars. Here's the truth no one wants to admit. If your income stops the moment you stop working, you're not free. You're just renting your lifestyle. Every paycheck feels like progress, but it's really a subscription. You stop paying in time, and the subscription cancels immediately. That's the entire design of the rat race. You earn just enough to keep working, and work just enough to keep earning. But there's a small group of people who break that cycle, not because they earn more, but because they separate their time from their income. They build what's called asymmetric income. That means their effort and reward are not directly tied together. For most people, 1 hour equals 1 paycheck. For them, 1 hour could equal 100 paychecks, or 1,000. They make videos that pay them for years. They write books once, but sell them forever. They build systems, automate sales, create content, launch businesses. In short, they create assets that work without them. The secret isn't to stop working. It's to start working on things that eventually stop needing you. Because once you decouple your time from your income, something incredible happens. You stop chasing money and start designing life. And that brings us to the next money rule. The one that explains why most people can't see their way out even when they're standing right next to the door. Rule number 6. The system keeps you distracted on purpose. Think about how much time we spend learning things that don't matter. Calculus, the periodic table, how to label a frog's anatomy. But nobody ever taught us how to use a credit card properly, how to negotiate a salary, or how compound interest works. That's not an accident. That's design. The rat race depends on 2 ingredients: ignorance and comfort. If you're too uninformed to question the system and too comfortable to leave it, you'll never rebel against it. You'll work harder, but never smarter. You'll earn more, but never feel free. The system doesn't need to chain you. It just needs you tired enough not to look for the exit. Here's how you break that spell. You learn faster than they can distract you. You read books instead of ads. You watch content that teaches, not entertains. You spend your time building assets instead of scrolling through other people's lives. You want to escape the race? You can't just change your habits. You have to change your inputs. Because the people who control your attention control your direction. The moment you start feeding your mind better information, you'll start seeing opportunities that everyone else walks right past. And this brings us to the most important shift of all. Because even with all the knowledge and discipline in the world, if you miss this one rule, you'll never feel truly free. Rule number 7. Escaping the rat race isn't about money, it's about meaning. Most people chase money because they think it will buy happiness. But the people who actually escape the rat race know something deeper. Money only buys clarity. Clarity about what actually matters. Clarity about what you're willing to do and what you'll never do again. You don't want $1 million. You want the feeling that $1 million promises: peace, security, choice. But here's the irony. You can start feeling that before you ever reach 7 figures. Freedom starts the moment your bills are paid by systems you own. Purpose starts the moment you use that freedom to build something that matters. The goal isn't to stop working. It's to stop working for the wrong reasons. You don't escape the rat race by running faster. You escape by realizing it was never a race to begin with. So where are you right now? Are you still stuck running on the treadmill, trading hours for comfort? Or are you building something, even small, that might one day run without you? Remember this. Every person who escaped the rat race started exactly where you are. Confused, overwhelmed, unsure if it was even possible. But they all had one thing in common. They stopped playing by rules designed to keep them losing. They learned new ones. And today, you have those same rules. The question is what you'll do with them. If this video gave you clarity, hit that like button so more people can find it. And in the comments, tell me, what's the biggest money trap you've noticed in your own life? And what's your first step to escaping it? I read every single comment, and the stories you share inspire others who are still trapped in the cycle. And if you're serious about rewriting your financial story, subscribe. Because we're not just here to talk about money. We're here to master it, one rule at a time.